In 2023, a 40-year-old plastic and steel seat began dominating global interior feeds, challenging the rule of beige minimalism. An unexpected explosion of primary hues inside stark residential envelopes reveals exactly how leading continental creators convinced the public to abandon monochromatic styling in favor of bold saturation. A strict mathematical formula governs this transition. For several decades, the prevailing aesthetic demanded muted tones and invisible storage systems, forcing inhabitants into a corner of pale monotony. Today, an intense red cabinet or an emerald green armchair dictates whether an interior feels like an expansive sanctuary or a claustrophobic cell. The shift happened quietly. Premium labels began engineering modular, lightweight structures that function as visual anchors, establishing a new relationship between form and pigment that fundamentally redefines modern living. If you want to understand the hidden mechanics shaping the physical environments we inhabit, subscribe to this channel, and you will start noticing these invisible structural rules everywhere. Aesthetic theorists call this the 90-10 rule. Exactly 90% of an interior footprint remains completely neutral, utilizing light ash timber floorboards, lofty ceilings, and soft off-white walls. Such an expansive canvas of calm exists for one specific purpose, which is to amplify a 10% splash of vibrant pigment. Without that vast neutral background, saturated styling components create visual chaos, but when framed correctly, a luminous yellow Norman Copenhagen block trolley, drafted by Simon Legault in 2012, becomes a structural focal point. That stark contrast forces the human eye to register the striking accent element as deliberate art rather than just another item of random household clutter. The result is a well-balanced, soothing aesthetic. It immediately solves the core issues of compact living. A small apartment cannot handle busy wallpaper or heavy mahogany desks, so the visual interest must come from isolated, fully functional objects. Danish brand Hay mastered this isolation technique early on. Founded in Copenhagen in 2002 by Rolf and Mette Hay, the company rejected the muted tones of traditional Scandinavian decor. Mette Hay purposefully partnered with fashion curators like Barbara Maj Husted Werner to fashion colorful accessories, asserting that home styling should be approached with the exact same playful, evolving spirit as a personal wardrobe. Such a philosophy materialized clearly in 2007. Because of this, Danish style maker Thomas Benson created the DLM, or Don't Leave Me, side table for the brand. Weighing exactly 2.3 kilograms, this electric blue powder-coated steel table features a signature built-in handle that completely changes how people interact with their living areas. Its low mass makes it easily moved. You can pick it up and move the saturation wherever the layout needs it most, allowing the table to act as a roaming spotlight within the home. While Hay focused on mobility, another Copenhagen firm concentrated on larger organic shapes by introducing tactile material innovations like recycled plastic composites and post-consumer felt. Peter Bonnen and Christian Bjerge established Mumuto in 2006. They drew the name from the Finnish word muutos, meaning new perspective, and immediately began exporting this daring aesthetic worldwide. Today, less than 10% of Muto's global turnover is generated within its home market of Denmark, proving how successfully new Nordic styling translates across different cultures. As a result, they scaled rapidly. By 2026, marking its 20th anniversary, the company launched its numbered edition lines during the 3 days of Design Festival. These releases featured expressive, experimental limited edition drops, like the Heart Connector, close-to-heart aluminum chair. Such unique structures anchor a background without overwhelming it. The global sofa market is projected to hit a 5.5% compound annual growth rate through 2031, heavily driven by this exact commercial and residential demand for bold statement seating. Long before the Danes perfected this chromatic ratio, an Italian architect laid the groundwork for colorful modular storage. In 1967, Anna Castelli Ferrieri bypassed traditional timber entirely. She built the componibili units out of molded ABS. Such an application served as an unorthodox, untested material for residential zones at the time, but it established her as a pioneer in Italy's male-dominated industrial development boom. The glossy red and white cylindrical cabinets blended perfectly into sunlit bedrooms, offering hidden storage that doubled as pop art. 50 years later, Cartel celebrated the componibili milestone globally, with a large tribute exhibition in Brussels, featuring homages by 15 top international creators, who introduced entirely new bioplastic colorways to the market. The result was a classic silhouette that survived half a century because it flawlessly balances intense visual focus with utility. A single glossy plastic cylinder breaks up the monotony. It provides function without adding visual weight. High-end showrooms proved the concept, so the world's largest flat-pack retailer eventually brought it to the masses. IKEA looked backward. Back at the 1964 Stockholm Furniture Fair, founder Ingvar Kamprad spotted a wooden armchair drafted by Karin Mobring. He immediately hired her as the company's first female creator, and she went on to pioneer over 100 of their most iconic, trend-setting products for the global market. Decades later, in April 2023, IKEA launched the first installment of its Nytilverkad collection. That ongoing rollout celebrated their 80-year history by reissuing energetic, color-blocked archival inventory from the 60s and 70s. The final drop arrived in February 2025. That specific rollout brought back widely sought-after models like the orange Divelinge swivel chair, originally known as the 1967 Mila chair, alongside the radiant red Sotenas armchair. This meant anyone could afford to drop a bomb of primary pigment into their neutral living layout. The resurgence of archival blueprints did more than just lower the price of aesthetics. It solved a tough engineering problem for modern micro-apartments. As urban footprints shrink to record lows, heavy timber items become a severe physical liability for renters. New iterations of these classic models rely on advanced manufacturing to strip away unnecessary bulk, including reducing steel wall thickness to less than 2 millimeters. When IKEA re-engineered the high-strength steel tubing of their original Go-Go chair into the new Nytilverkad Unistad chair, they reduced the weight from 6.8 kilograms down to just 3.3 kilograms. Such a drastic weight reduction allowed them to manufacture twice as many chairs from the exact same amount of metal, while flat-packing these steel frames reduced shipping volume. For renters, these items move effortlessly. You can slide a radiant red armchair out of the way to quickly open up floor area, then pull it back when guests arrive. The intense color provides the illusion of a fully decorated environment without requiring permanent fixtures or heavy installations. A major shift has finished. By keeping the vast majority of an environment quiet and neutral, creators established a blank canvas for concentrated personal expression. Sunny, light wood apartments no longer feel unfinished. Instead, it serves as a gallery zone for a glossy Cartel storage unit or a powder-coated hay side table. These compact, multifunctional objects carry the entire visual weight of the interior, proving that you do not need to cover every wall in art to make a statement. You just need one sharp, explosive element of primary color, positioned exactly right. Beige is dead. If this breakdown of layout psychology changed how you look at your own living backdrop, like this video and subscribe to Velvet Square for more aesthetic inspiration.